Hi Aries, welcome back. So this is the you versus them spread, Aries. We're going to go pretty in depth between you and the person you're dealing with. This is mid-month May all the way into June, but timelines are malleable, okay? So take it as it resonates. So the shared energy or shared karma, Aries, between you and the person you might be dealing with during this time frame is the semi-sextile, which is all about seeing the potential. Okay, so you might be seeing the potential in the connection, or this person may be during this time frame. There is clarity being given here. This also talks about, being hopeful, for the next cycle, for what's next, honestly. So, yeah, Aries, that's kind of what I have for the shared energy. It's all about allowing yourself to grow with the connection and without, as well as this person. So it's kind of like almost allowing each other to go through what growth cycles you need to grow through, whether that's together or separate, okay? So let's get out your overall energy and see what you got going on here. So Aries, the energy that you have overall for the next few weeks or so is the Ace of Wands and the World in reverse. So you might be inspired by failures of the past. And I know that sounds so crazy. Sorry, I had a card drop. That you could be inspired by prior failures. But I really think that's kind of where you're at, Aries. It's like, yeah, things didn't work out for you in the past or in past relationships or in past cycles with this dynamic, but yet you feel inspired by that because it's almost like, well, now I know what I don't want, now I know what I won't tolerate, and feeling inspired again to get back out there. And let me tell you, you can't keep an Aries down long. Like, I'm not saying you guys don't get down on yourselves like all the people in this world, but you certainly you don't stay there, you might knock an Aries down for a second, but they'll be right back up. And that's kind of what I see here, Aries, is like getting right back up on your feet, So I feel like the person you're connecting to, they have a little bit of resistance on their side. So this person's in this energy of kind of resisting change, all right, with the Tower here in the reverse. Now you can only resist the Tower for so long, before it goes into the upright. So, this person needs to be really careful with that, because I think that there's some shifts going on in their energy during this time frame that's asking them to change, and they may be resisting that. And I think, the energy will allow that for a while, but not forever. Okay, so that's a caution for the cross watcher there. So let's go through the past energies, and then we'll go into your perception of each other, how you genuinely feel, any blocks in the connection, and then the next steps. So on your side, Aries, recent past energy, you have the Six of Cups and the Eight of Swords here, Four of Wands. So I think that you were really getting in a certain kind of headspace about the past. Like I said, past failures, past mistakes, things of that nature that you feel, in the past energy, you used to let that fear of failure or that fear of going through that again kind of stop you from maybe living your best life or from having that passionate new beginning enter. But I do feel that there's been some sort of change in the energy in the recent past, Aries, where you've kind of come to a stable point or peace with that situation in your heart or within your energy. It's almost like forgiving yourself for past mistakes, because I have the song playing in my head, Forgiveness. And I don't know who sings that. Forgiveness, even if... I get that song all the time in readings. But I don't think it's about forgiving someone else. I really think it's about learning from your own past issues and how they've kind of held you back. But I feel like you have more support in your surroundings and the current energy than you had in the past energy. And that's kind of helping you to move through this and see the blessing in what seemed a curse type of energy, okay? So let's see what the person you've been dealing with, what is their recent past energy, Judgment, and the Five of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. So this person had some decisions to make, you know, and I feel like they took too damn long, you know, or it's taking too long, or there's something about that over here because there's a pause in the energy, and this like no real progression forward, you know. That could be because, again, this person is resisting change, or there's a change a-coming, but it's just not here just yet, okay? So that's the past energy going into the present. All right, so that certainly could shift during this time frame, but I just feel like this person's was in this place, Aries, where they felt kind of bound or obligated, even if they weren't. A bit isolated, you know, kind of in this more reflective energy than like an action-oriented energy. Okay, so let's see. What's your perception of the person that you're dealing with? Okay, this is current perception. Now keep in mind that perception is not always the reality of a situation, but it's your reality because it's your perception. But we'll see. So you see this connection or this person as the Magician, the Five of Cups, and then the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So okay, so what I heard is a loss to gain. Like you, Aries, you feel like this connection manifests a feeling of a loss, or someone must lose something in order to gain something. That's how you feel about the connection. Like no matter how you come at it or how this person comes at it, like somebody's got to lose here, or like there may be other people involved that kind of have to go to the wayside in order for this connection to come together. And it makes it like kind of like a bittersweet type of situation. You may have to let someone go before you can commit to this connection, or this person may have done that. But it's like out of this loss or out of this grief comes another opportunity. Okay, so just remember, you know, when one door closes, another one opens, and it's not that uncommon to have to go through that type of situation, right? It may not even be the loss of another connection. It just may be like, in order to have this, then I have to give away this part of me, or that I have to be able to compromise this. Like you feel like you always have to compromise within the connection, or to get the connection to manifest. So, you know, some of you need to be careful about manifestation from a lower vibration, meaning like if you allow yourself to get really, really focused, Aries, on what could go wrong, shoulda, coulda, wouldas, past regrets, letting that cycle back into this fresher energy, then you could very well manifest a new beginning and failure. Okay, so make sure that you're not focusing your brain on what could go wrong, and start focusing it on what could go right, what could be done better, what did I learn from the past, all right? And then you'll get a more cooperative energy. Whoever this is that you're dealing with, you are either committed to them or are committed to them, or you see that potential. There's something to do with a commitment here. Okay, so what is this person's perception of you? The Moon. Okay. Oh. The Queen of Wands. So that's your energy, Aries, most definitely. What is their perception? The Knave of Pentacles. So, Aries, this person's perception of you is, you know, that you can't be trusted. Especially if you're a masculine Aries, all right? If you're a female Aries watching this, I feel like that's how you feel, because I saw that over on your side, or there was something that was making you skeptical about the connection. But either way, male or female, I just feel like this person, they see you as kind of like suppressing your emotions, but then wanting attention, but then not really showing like who you really are. And it could be that you're just not showing them all of your cards. You know, you could be, you know, just not wanting to be vulnerable with this person. But to them, it may come off like a little shady on a negative degree. Now, some of them, they actually find this mysterious and attractive about you. And it could be both. You know, they could in a way be like, ooh, that Aries is kind of shady, but at the same time, that's kind of sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for some of you, it's both, you know, where like there's just enough mystery around you that they're attracted to that, you know. But at the same time, they don't want to get lost in that connection. Okay, so that's an interesting way to perceive someone, but not the worst, right? Definitely have this person's attention. Okay, so that is perception. Now, perception, in my opinion, is pretty surface level. Okay, that's kind of our ego speaking. So let's take it a level deeper into genuine feelings and emotions, okay, to the soul level. How do you genuinely feel in regards to this connection, Aries? Yeah, oh, it's so obvious that you do not want to repeat the past heartaches, either that you've had in other connections or within this connection. Like you just, ooh, I think you're concerned about that, you know? That you might have another cycle of heartache, but yet there's so much passion here. Like you genuinely, like this person gets your creative juices flowing. You might be very physically attracted to this person, or they just get you fired up. But at the same time, because of that intensity, because of that intense pull, you also know that you have the chance of really, really getting hurt here. Hence why you're maybe not showing all of your cards, which is what the person is seeing, you know, because the Three of Swords is painful, you know, it's a painful energy. It is, just look at the depiction. It's like, no. But again, here that comes about manifestation and fearing the worst. And so I see at a core level that it's a possibility that you could regurgitate that hurt by subconsciously expecting it, you know, so like expecting this person to hurt you again, or expecting this new person to hurt you if they're new, you know, like get rid of that expectation. All right. That doesn't mean that you won't experience any pain again, but don't expect it. Don't draw it into you, okay? So, what is at the core level of this person? How do they genuinely feel towards Aries? The Eight of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles and the World. They definitely want to work on things. You know, this person's looking for a commitment, the full enchilada, all right? They're looking to make someone their queen, their king, whatever. Like their whole world genuinely wants to revolve around this connection. I think they genuinely want to put the time and energy into it, Aries. I think they can see that solid foundation with you, or some of you already have like a commitment or a solid foundation with this person. Like you genuinely run through this person's mind a lot, and they put a lot of, I want to say the word onus, and I'm not entirely sure that's the correct word or the full definition of that word, but that's the word that came to my mind. Like they put a lot of focus in their world over you, towards you. So that sounds good. Now let's see what kind of blockages we might have during this time frame on your side for my Aries. Six of Pentacles and the Devil. So you're afraid you're not going to get back what you give. Because again, You've had issues with that in the past where it was not equal, okay? And you had some failures because of that. And you just got stable again. And now it's like, okay, by nature of not wanting something so bad, you actually draw it into you. So here's that blockage here of like not wanting to be taken advantage of, not wanting someone to play with your emotions, not wanting someone to play with your finances for some of you, okay? Because you've had issues with that, right? And in this connection or in past connections. So this person's blockage is the Emperor, which is you. So it's like you kind of block this person. Some of you may block their advances, and it may be very subtle, like you just don't fully give yourself because you're not really sure, and that person perceives that as a blockage, or like Aries is not interested when really you're trying to be cautious, they may feel like they don't have your full attention, Aries, or that they may feel that you kind of get in your own way with your negative thinking or your shadow self, and I think that this person just kind of wants you to allow things to develop the way that they need to develop. But I also feel like that requires a lot of patience, and, some of you don't want to wait. Like this person may be like, wanting things to play out just naturally, like whatever happens, happens. I don't mind waiting 6 months, 18 years, whatever. And Aries, you're like, screw that. No, I wait for no one, for nothing, for no timing. I make my own timing, So that certainly could be what is creating resistance as well, all right? So let's see what the most likely next action is on your side, okay? 10 of Swords, the Empress. Yeah, you don't want to do this waiting game anymore. It's funny because there's this energy inside of you that kind of wants to go full speed ahead, and you're getting impatient. But at the same exact time, you're not really putting your full self out there either because you don't want to get hurt. So do you see how like you're sending mixed messages here? Okay, not just to this person, but to the universe. It's like, well, what do you want then? Okay, so you need to be clear on that. And I do feel like you're going to get clear on that, all right? You want to stop the waiting. Some of you may want to stop nurturing the connection. But then I feel like the energy shifts where you begin to be patient again. You kind of run it through your mind again. You may be trying to see things from this person's perspective or a different perspective during this time frame. It's just like you're listening, you're trying to pay attention to your intuition, and I see it speaking to you. And it's asking you to gain some sort of enlightenment here, okay? And come out of this dual energy where like you want to move forward, but you don't want to give all of yourself, because I think that, like I said, is confusing the connection or the energy here. So let's see what this person has on their side as their most likely next outcome. We have the 2 of Cups. It's in the reverse, the 9 of Cups. The 3 of Cups. Woo! Lots of emotional energy on this person's side, okay, Aries? This person may be a different element than you. They may not be fire. I'm getting a lot of water, but could be earth as well. It really could be any zodiac sign, but they're just in this very emotional place, especially come the end of May, where it's like they feel a connection, but they feel disconnected. They're resisting the connection as well, whether consciously or subconsciously. And I think it's subconsciously, because what I see this person wants is, to come together with you, to be with you, to reconcile if you've been on the outs with this person, to take you out, whatever. They want emotional satisfaction here. But at the same time, they are resisting some sort of big change here that's And in a way, it's putting blockages within the connection as on both sides, honestly. If you have disconnected from this person, they are definitely wishing for you to return. All right, because some of you, I do see that, and you're kind of nurturing some new beginnings here, a new connection for some of you, and there may be someone here that you disconnected from, and they are definitely wishing to come together again, because again, their world kind of revolves around you in their heart. They're not ready for things to end. They're not ready for like things to fall apart necessarily, and you may be on a different page here. So yeah, I just see like you go back and forth for a while, and then it's like, no, I don't want to wait anymore. And there's new connections coming in, Aries. So it's like, you know, you're feeling that spark, you're feeling that drive to kind of drive things forward. And yeah, but you don't want to be played with, you know, you want to be taken seriously, obviously. And there's nothing wrong with that. All right. So interesting. Let me know, Aries, how this goes for you. Zodiac signs you could be dealing with. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, Aries, another Aries, Leo, Pisces again, Libra, Taurus, Aquarius, Capricorn, Gemini. Yeah. So those are the predominant zodiac signs I see, but keep in mind that it can be any zodiac sign. It's a general reading. So just let me know. Also, please do check out my Facebook and my Instagram, linked in the description box below. If you click the little arrow beneath this video, all of the links will be there. You can click right into them from there. In addition, you can now become a private member for a small monthly fee, or subscribe for free. And both of those bells are located down below as well. So check it out. Also, you can check out my merchandise if you click on any of the hoodies. Either way, Aries, I'm wishing you all of the best. Let me know. Till next time. Namaste. Bye.